Well, Coach, I know not the result you wanted, but still a great run for a group that hadn't won a conference tournament since 2016. This group had never won a conference tournament game, and to get to the championship game, just your overall thoughts on this run in today's game.
It was a tough one. I knew it was going to be a nail biter, and it was going to come down to bats because each team had seen each other's pitchers multiple times. So Wichita State's a good team. They're a seasoned team. They've got a lot of vets. And for us, I mean, I thought we played well enough to win. We were one swing away from tying the game, and the right person was up, and it just didn't go our way. But loved what we did. I mean, our pitchers did well. G was lights out this week, and then you got Bree coming in and just shutting it down too. So a lot of good things moving into the next part of our postseason.
Talk about the pitching change that you made. What was the thinking that you had there, staying with Aaliyah a little bit longer before making a change?
Yeah, I waited a little too long there. I think I may have let the emotions get the best of me, and that's exactly what I told Gianna is I waited to after the game. I said, you know what, that's on me. I waited a little too long. So I've said it before that when you do make those changes, that sometimes timing is everything, and it just so happened that I was one batter off.
What are some of the things that Wichita State has done this season that have kind of given your team problems?
You know what? I thought at our place when we played them, we kept them in the park minus like two hitters. That wasn't the issue. It was honestly the hit, like us hitting. Their pitching kept us locked down, and so I mean we put up the same amount of hits as them, and I don't even know strikeouts wise. What we had 3 strikeouts, they had 7 strikeouts. So, that's not the issue at all from that standpoint. So, I just think that offensively putting the ball in play the way we want to. Lang is a drop ball pitcher, and our goal was to elevate the ball a little bit, and we kept hitting ground balls. And we know that second baseman is a really good second baseman because she made some great plays this weekend and in the series against us before. So I think just their experience is what probably put us in the toughest position. They have 5 or 6 fifth-year seniors that have been playing together for a long time and play under control.
Jazz, obviously another fantastic performance for her. No, only Stephanie Best has driven in more runs in a single season than Jazz has this year. Just talk about her. She's done it from all over the place in the lineup and really showing her leadership.
Yeah, what a day for Jazz. And what's so awesome is just the belief that we had in her being up in that position that she was in. But her training and her efforts and work ethic has really come about, and that's led to all the success that she's had and just her buy-in in our offensive approach. And you got to see that today. I mean, that there were some home runs hit, but Jazz's was definitely the loudest. So that thing went a long way.
As your team watches Wichita State celebrate, you have to address them. What is it that you say to them moments after watching that celebration take place on the field?
Well, I told them I'm proud of them. I said, don't hang your heads. I'm proud of you guys. It's been a long time since UCF's been in that situation. And now we have so many youngsters on this team that get to see that and have that, now they have that hunger. They know what it's like. And then we took a couple innings off there in the middle. I think when the score got to 3-2, I noticed a little bit of we got a little hesitant and kind of like, oh, I know where I am right now. And so the girls learned that. I asked them on the bus, it was really quiet. And I said, all right, we're done with this quiet talk, quiet bus ride. Let's talk about it. What are you feeling? And they shared. They're angry. They're frustrated. They have a little bit of regret. They knew they had more in them. And but you only know it when you're there. And so now we have that opportunity. None of our players have ever been in that position on the team, not one. And they've never even seen what a round two looks like. So that was huge for them to be able to be in that position and play for that. And, you know, sometimes you learn a lot more from a loss than you do from a win. So I think it's awesome because I told them, look, we could be sad, but I'm not, because I know that we get to put this jersey on again and go play together. And we get to play with all that experience we just learned from this past week.
The way your team fought back and had a chance to tie the game, is that something that can be a momentum for you guys going deeper into the postseason?
Oh, 100%. You're going to have to be able to play under pressure, especially in the last couple of innings. You know, the last 6 outs offensively are usually the most crucial. I think the first 6 outs and the last 6 outs usually dictate like the momentum of the game in some way. And, you know, you take the 5th inning away and we win a ball game. So I love how we can be in any game at any point.
Players have told me that 2 years ago on selection night, you got them all together to watch the show and then tell you why they weren't selected. And they felt that was a turning point as a motivation to kind of kickstart the 2020 season. And then obviously here now, 2021. Just tell me about that, because, you know, and that motivation and kind of being the starting point of, you know, now here we are tomorrow night, Sunday night, and getting your name expected to get called.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just like you said, I mean, we want to make that an every year thing, a traditional thing where, look, we're not gonna just watch it and then maybe we get surprised and everyone has to get back together. We're watching it, figuring out where we're going, not if we're going. And so that's what, you have to go through those things to learn, like, okay, well, what does this look like? And how are we supposed to be? And how are we supposed to act? And I just was talking about this with Denali last night. I said, yeah, sometimes we have to act like we've been there. And she looked at me and I was like, well, in some scenarios, we kind of play out of sorts because we haven't been there. And sometimes you got to act like you've been there even when you haven't been there. And so that's all a part of it. Someone asked me, how does regionals work? And I mean, that's where we're at right now. We haven't been there. And so this group are the founders and just establishing that for this era of UCF, because like you said, we've had a drought where we haven't been there for the last 4 or 5 years. And so this is important, and this team's great. And I think we're going to continue to do great things, but even more so, they're leaving us in such a great place with awesome experience.
So has this season, all of its ups and downs, COVID, and even these last 3 days, do you feel like over the next couple of days leading into this tournament, these are the sorts of things you can remind them that they have been through a great deal of adversity and they are stronger and more prepared than perhaps they may even realize?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, and that's, on the bus, I expected people to kind of be looking out the window and not dialed in. And I had a lot of teary eyes just staring right at me. And you could see they don't want to be done. They're not finished, but they wanted to win the American Conference. Like, who doesn't want a ring? Like, come on, So all those ups and downs, like you said, that's how we were able to play the way we did today and throughout this whole week. So, that experience is so invaluable. And I mean, all through all the frustrations, even as a coach, there's times where I was like, oh, and then I'm thinking, okay, good. I'm glad we went through this because we've learned so much and we were able to take, was it the last 4 of 5 games from USF? I mean, when has UCF done that with Corrick in the circle? I don't know, but we've been able to because of those experiences.
You talked about Aaliyah and G a little bit earlier, but talk about what you saw from Bree today in her brief action.
Yeah, and it's so cool. She's been really working hard in the bullpen and hasn't had, the call or the nod since Ole Miss. So it's been a minute, and all we did was focus on her training and what she needed to do. just sharpening up some things, and she really brought it today. So, I mean, you had 3 different pitchers in our lineup come out and just make hitters look a little silly. So I'm feeling really good as a coach, if I just make the right decision at the right time, we're going to be in a really good spot.
Come Sunday night, what's it going to be like for you and this group here? I mean, you've mentioned it earlier. You've been through a lot with this group, not only on the field but off the field, dealing with COVID and protocols like that. I would imagine Sunday night, it's a night to enjoy, isn't it? It's going to be partly enjoyment when that name pops up with all the hard work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't cry today on the field. It's hard to be, the head coach of this team and see these girls just want it so bad and cry, and you have to get up in front of them and tell them, like, good job. And they're looking at you like, you're a fool, you just lost. But absolutely. I mean, I'll probably cry like a baby because I'm just so proud of this group and everything that they've overcome and have accomplished, and just their buy-in. Like, I know I'm tough. I know I want a lot, and I expect a lot out of these young women. And just their appreciation for that belief and that, that hard push that they get is like, it just means so much. And I have so much passion and love for this game, and it's just so awesome for them to let me live through them, and then for them to play like that and put UCF on the map and play for something that's bigger than yourself. I mean, that's going to make me cry like a baby for sure. It's going to be a crying bear on Sunday. Tears of joy.